So I was going through the same kind of list for the worst games of the year as I did for the best games of the year. But truth to be told, while there's been a lot of mediocre stuff, the actual bad games of the year weren't that many to me. They were actually few and far between. So I couldn't really do a list of 5 games that I truly felt I could call the worst games of the year and feel satisfied with it, because it would be just games that doesn't really deserve that harsh of a beating, you know? Like, yeah, I really didn't like my time with Resident Evil Revelations 2, but it's certainly not a worst game of the year candidate, like, no, certainly not. So instead, I only have 2 games I want to talk about, and it's basically one honorable mention because, well, first of all, you can no longer buy the game, and I actually did not play it myself. I didn't have a hands-on experience. I have merely watched, well, essentially all of it being played before it was taken off Steam. So let's start with the honorable mention, which is JoJo Simulator, or Little Girl Simulator. And normally I try to avoid easy targets for lists like this. Like, I try to not look at games only released for attention that aren't even intended to be good, so to say, because there's no point in labeling them as the worst game of the year, because it's not like that. I mean, that's what they want anyway, you know? But with JoJo Simulator, it's published by Sekai Project, which I actually had a lot of respect for before this, and that just made me so sad I felt I had to mention it. If you don't know what JoJo Simulator is, it's basically Goat Simulator without any humor. Instead of a goat, you are a little girl, a little super deformed, in gym wear, fetishized gym wear, and you headbutt naked people so they fly away and they not get knocked into things. And it's only there because ha 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 pedophilia, right? Ha 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 Japanese stuff, right? Lol. The Japanese are so weird, lol. I don't think it's even by a Japanese developer. So, yay. It's good. And it's just sad that it existed. It was taken off Steam because, well, they basically had a quite horrendous visual gag regarding underage rape in it. And when Sekai Project heard of this, they were like, we didn't know of this, we're pulling the game. And allegedly it's going to be put back up with that content removed and more features, but doesn't matter, it's fucking garbage, it stinks, and never ever play it. But moving on to the worst game of the year, you all know what this one is. Everyone knows that my worst game of the year is Alone in the Dark, Illumination. I don't know where to start with this game. I have played a lot of bad games in my day. I will often go out of my way to find the bad games, not because I necessarily enjoy them, but because you can learn a lot from playing bad games. You can learn a lot about game design from playing bad games. But there are few, or maybe not any game that I have despised to its very core as much as Alone in the Dark Illumination. This game is the worst. It's a game which every single thing related to the game is basically just trash. It plays badly, it looks badly, there's no semblance of the story, it's so unfinished that there's no voiceovers in the game despite there being a voice volume bar. Despite multiple patches post-launch, they couldn't even fix typos in the opening narration script that you have to read. There's so many game-breaking bugs that it's less functional than something like Sonic 2006 was, and it's just inexcusable. And the game was delayed by 7 to 9 months, and the fact that it was delayed that much and not fixed up in that time to an even presentable state is depressing. Atari pushed this out at the start of the summer sale on Steam because that's the only way to get sales from this kind of thing, and has subsequently abandoned it entirely. Not as quickly as they abandoned their previous game, Haunted House, which you can't even buy on Steam anymore, but yeah. Alone in the Dark not only not only manages to piss on the franchise and the survival horror as a whole, it's one of the worst insults to any media franchise I've ever seen. Like, it's hard to comprehend. Like, I'm doing this not without the script. I scripted the best games of the year, but I'm doing this non-scripted because I couldn't really put into words that well just how bad this game is. I did write a review for it, but I feel I wasn't really tell you exactly how bad it is. So, if you really want to see just how bad Alone in the Dark Illumination is, well, I played through the entire game on the channel. You can watch it. But you're probably better off just never ever acknowledging that it exists, because Alone in the Dark Illumination is the worst game of 2015 and one of the worst games of all time.